I think it's clear this direction. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You are welcome to News Flow TV 2. Simon Hepper, the Prime Minister of Biafra land, declared that the naval wing of Biafra land, I mean Biafra Liberation Army, has neutralized about 11 soldiers of Cameroon in the border of Biafra, where Nigeria took over that time. Where the Bakasi area that was seceded for Cameroon, and they tried to take over the Atabomb Ocean there. What is your reaction towards this?
Yes. Let me tell you, Nigerian security network. I don't think it's extended to that corner, to that place. Even though that place is still being seen as being in dispute, because the ratification has not been properly done. Even though the international court may have ceded, a place that belonged to the Biafran to Cameroon as a result of the understanding Obasanjo and Gowon had in that regard. People were not actually consulted. They don't do that kind of a thing, but they know the reason why they quickly go to the world court, and that kind of damage was done. And we know that those land will be recovered, when the declaration of Biafra or the institution of Biafra, comes. And for before we do that, there's need for us to put our presence there. You understand what I mean? Because the Nigerian security network does not care what happens there. Even though it's been believed currently now that Bakasi and Cameroon share a certain boundary. But go to that boundary. You go to that location, go to that local government. You see that Nigeria has no presence there. So the only presence you have there is the Bakasi boys. And there's some part of Oron men. Some indigenous people who have refused, to allow Cameroon take over their land as a result of World Court decision. So the only thing that you can see there is people trying to Biafran Liberation Army, engaging in a guerrilla war standpoint in that area. Then another factor is this: the Bakassi Peninsula, as it stands now, there is a current movement, trying to build up a proper Biafra map that will accommodate Ambazonia. And what Ambazonia is being accommodated, Ambazonia was part of Biafra before the referendum was given to them, and they joined Cameroon. So there's a plan for them to bring them back at the end of the day and get them involved. They are already making effort towards that direction, and they would love to be part of Biafra, according to some of them who is on the note. So I can tell you that Tamoneba is on good note. Trying to pass information on happenings within that area. Those areas are Biafran land, and it belongs to Biafra.
Hmm. So, don't you think that quickly rushing to this kind of action may be backlash? Don't you think? What do you expect from Cameroon government?
No, there has been shoot me and shoot you going on there. There's guerrilla. That's I mentioned it before. There has been guerrilla warfare attacks. From both sides. Often and on has been reported. But I'm telling that Nigerian uh, security network, does not know anything about
They
that
just
place.
sit on fence.
They're not even sitting on the fence. If they are sitting on the fence, they will know, what is happening on both sides. The fact is that because of there's no kobo that is coming out that's going to come from them. They don't put idea. You understand? But the people that owns the land knows that they don't have any other place to go. Now this is their land, and they will stand to defend their land.
So immediately Biafra is restored, the Bakassi land is automatically
No, but you see, everything has to be ratified. They know that in a situation like this, it can never be done. I look at what is happening between Japan, China, Hong Kong, and other. Those matters started even before Bakassi Peninsula, but nobody, the matter is still there. It's still pending. The manner of which Obasanjo and the rest of them rushed at the World Cup for that judgment, it has some kind of agenda, that can be seen, that they are always bent on trying to muscle down the Biafran rise, muscle down the Biafran influence, and of course fragment the existence or the restoration of Biafra, frustrating the plan and the territorial waters of Biafra. That was what they were looking at. Then there's no genuinely that Bakasi belongs to Biafra.
Biafra. Surprisingly, people have been saying the Igbo are marginalizing. I don't believe it, but of recent, I come across one comment that said that there is no any international airport in the southeast. I wonder, is it true?
What are you saying now? Are you not? If you are in Nigeria, you should understand that everything is being schemed against the Igbos. Why so much concentration here in Lagos is deliberate. Because of the Republican nature of Igbos. They are very enterprising, very industrious, and they like innovation and engagement. The Igbos naturally like adventure. They move anywhere. So in the course of trying to migrate from one place to another, they get to certain level of understanding. They get to certain level of reasoning, and they engage with anywhere. They engage themselves anywhere they find themselves around the world. So and the opening in the Biafra land currently now, has been thoroughly sidelined. You cannot see a definite federal government infrastructure in the entire eastern Nigeria today. And what you see there is based on individual effort. Or what we can say, the necessity is the mother of invention. People are trying to cushion the effects of lack, of necessity around them, with all amount of struggle and steaming at the end of the day. So what is happening is just a reference to what the former governor of Kano State had come out to say, Gaduje, that the marginalization of Igbos is deliberate. So the Yorubas and the Hausas are deliberately engaging themselves in this kind of demonic attack. Because 2:1. That's what they are using. When there is any kind of gang up, they gang up. They use Hausa Yoruba, they gang up against Igbo. But no matter how you see it, Igbos are still standing. Though the standing is has to do with a lot of steaming. The steam, the struggle, to stand. But they are watching because one day things will be discovered and things will be led for the whole world to see. It might be happening, and it looks as if people are not taking record of development in Nigeria currently now. There's no problem. All these infrastructures here, the Igbos are building. It's their nature. Nobody does say that if they are stupid. Igbos represent, the black Hebrews in Africa. Hebrews, I repeat, the Jews of Africa. No, that's what they are. That's one of the things that led to the Second World War, when Adolf Hitler started killing the Jews. There was no challenge. Adolf Hitler and the Jews has no challenge, but the envy and jealousy came, and the questions of who these people are. Most of the things, companies that 18th century, 15th, 13th century, we are all established by the Jews. Like Mitsubishi, all these companies, they were being established by Coca-Cola. They are being established by the Jews. Most of the things we are seeing today are being established by the Jews. Electricity, name them. Innovations, they were being done by the Jews. Then they go and check the record. They always are the pioneers of so many things. Just like what Igbos were, before the war, trying to build or define who they are. But unfortunately, the conspiracy has continued to this date.
Mr. Shinedo, the word marginalization, if I get it right, that word get popular during Buhari regime. That word marginalization started, and it started a ringing bell during Buhari regime.
Yes, say Buhari made it very clearly that Igbos did not vote for him, and we're not regretting not voting for him. He said 5%. He called us a Dutch nation. You can remember. What do you mean by 5%? He said he's not going to give any Igbo man a position in National Rock, and he did it for 8 years. We survived. No issue. This one, Tinubu came again. The same thing is happening. 70% of government agencies and positions are being shared among the Yorubas. He only gave Igbos 5%, 5 ministers, and the West, Yorubas are having, other regions are having 11 ministers. But there's no problem. That is just the way it is currently now. So you cannot say there's no favoritism, there's no nepotism, and in general terms, you can say It is marginalization.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shiri.